Hi guys, welcome back. Today I am going to be using the BY STARLIGHT collection from Rosie Studios. I am their guest crafter for this collection over the next little bit. So today I'm just going to whip up a really quick page in my traveler's notebook. I've got this super cute little photo of Lil, and this collection is just gorgeous. It's got all of those pretty blues and purple colors. I just adore it. I feel like it's super unique, really. Like, I don't have a lot of these kind of blues and purples in any of my stash, so I was super excited to dive into this collection today. I gotta say, I've already dove in. You can see here I've got a bunch of paper scraps because I've already been playing with this collection, couldn't help myself. And so I'm just going to use up some of those scraps today. I've got some 12 by 12 papers, but I've also got these 6 by 6 paper pads. It's perfect for working in a traveler's notebook. I get those same patterns, but they're just a slightly smaller scale, which works really nicely. So I'm going to keep this really simple, this layout in my notebook. I really wanted to create kind of like a giant tag as a base for my photo cluster. So I'm just using this existing tag as a little bit of a template. So it's about 4 inches wide, and I'm going to lay mine kind of horizontally across the right hand side of my page, so it doesn't need to be the full kind of length of the tag. So I've just trimmed out basically kind of a 4 by 4 square, and I'm using that tag just to trim out the corners and to punch the hole in the middle. I do end up adding a little kind of ring reinforcer as well, just to make it look a little bit more like a tag, but I'll just do that later on. Now, the reason I love the 12 by 12 papers as opposed to the 6 by 6 is because I want to run like a full strip of pattern paper down the left hand side. I've done a little sketch of what I want this page to kind of look like, and so I've got kind of a photo cluster on the right hand side, and I've got my title on the left, and I just want something to anchor that title onto the page, and I want to use a strip of pattern paper to do that. Obviously a 6 by 6 paper isn't tall enough. My notebook's 8¼ inches high, so these 12 by 12 papers do come in handy, so yes, I do get both. This is this really cute little triangle pattern. It's got all of those pretty purple lavendery colors in it. I figured it was a nice way to add a little bit of pattern and kind of add a bunch of those colors. The tag I have trimmed out of kind of a ombre paper, so it's got those pretty blues, but it also goes into that really dark navy, so it is going to do quite a job of sort of anchoring that photo, whereas the little paper strip on the left hand side is just a little bit more about adding some of that color in there. Now I'm echoing that pattern over on the right hand side, but I'm doing it a slightly smaller scale, so I am using the 6 by 6 version as well. The papers that I am layering under Lil's photos are all a little bit on the lighter, more pastel side, again just to contrast with the navy blue of that tag. I swear, I never sit down to film a video and don't run out of tape runners, so I'm always having to swap tape runners. I should be more prepared and like prep a couple by my desk for when I sit down to film videos, and then I wouldn't have to get up in the middle and change. So I don't want to add too much. I've got like 3 different patterns under there, and I figured that's enough. I'm going to use just a little scrap of one of those patterns that I have used. This is a really beautiful pale pink that has stars on it. Like, the name of the collection is BY STARLIGHT, and that is a heavy theme in this collection. There are a lot of stars in here, and it's kind of the theme of my page too. You'll see as we carry on. I've really only used that one pattern, the pale pink with the stars on it, but I'm going to add a whole bunch of embellishments on here in just a minute. Now that I've got my like sort of photo kind of cluster, or it's mounted on some of those papers, I can go ahead and start kind of adhering stuff. So I started with my tag just because that kept sort of flipping around, moving around the page, makes it a little bit harder to add some of these beautiful die cut embellishments. So I've adhered that down just with some tape runner. It is a lighter paper, that 6 by 6 paper pad, so it's perfect for notebooks, but it does mean I'm just going to add a little bit of adhesive on there so that it doesn't keep running around. Now I wasn't sure where I was going with these die cut embellishments, and then I found this little pink cloud, and I have a vague idea of what I want my title to be, and it is like about stars, like I said, and so I thought the clouds worked nicely with that kind of motif of the sky, but I am going to pull out just a couple of other, I guess, more generic kind of die cuts. You can see the amount here. There are like literally hundreds. I don't know how many. It's like 300 or 400. Like there are a lot of die cuts in this pack. Each die cut has two of the same, so it's awesome. You'll see here in a second. I do use that on this layout. Very, very handy. The more generic ones are kind of like, I used a little quote that's got some gold foiling. I just use that as another layer under my photo, and I'm using kind of half of a ticket on this right hand edge as well, just to kind of build up that photo cluster a little bit more. Now, as well as the pink cloud, there was a little blue one in there, so I've added one top and bottom of my photo, and I'm going to add a third one. That's going to be my kind of visual triangle for this page, but first I'm going to put together my title. The first thing I've pulled out is this little sticker, and I thought I was just going to build my title with these stickers because there was one that says little star, and then I kind of changed my mind. So I'm going to end up using these gold puffy stickers instead of the plain sort of cardstock stickers. So I've stuck down little, and I did add that so it's underneath a little bit of that pattern paper, and then I'm going to layer it up with these gold puffy stickers. So they're not super big and thick, so it's fine to go into a notebook like this. I'm just going to layer them up, one with that sort of big scripty word, so you a little, and then I'm going to use one of the other smaller words here that says star underneath it. So that was how I was sort of imagining my title, along those sort of words, just not in this particular configuration, but I love the extra texture that I get with these gold puffy stickers. They are incredibly gold and incredibly shiny, so it works very nicely with the star motif. Now here we go. This is what I needed. See, I wanted my third point of interest here. So I'm going to grab the cloud. The blue didn't stand out particularly well on that pattern paper, so I did have to kind of dive through the pack of die cuts there to see if I could find the other pink cloud, and eventually I get there. And I'm going to go ahead and layer both of those together. So the blue becomes a little bit more of a background for the pink to stand out on, but it does give me that sort of visual triangle on the page, which I really, really love. So these were the original stickers that I was going to use, but I have ended up using the puffy stickers, so I am going to add just one more of these little phrase stickers, kind of, I guess it's the subtitle for the page. I'm just going to layer that on top of the cloud but underneath my title. I will add some journaling onto this page, but I just do that off camera, so you'll see that in my final shots at the end, but that's just going to sit underneath that little banner there. Now, I had lots of options in the way of embellishments. There are some gorgeous little enamel stickers, stars and moons and hearts, and just gorgeous, but I'm going with puffies as a theme for this page. So there's an entire sheet of puffy stars, which works perfectly. I was gonna, like, you know, just be a little bit subtle and just add kind of 3, but then I decided, there's nothing subtle about this page, so I'm just going to keep adding stars. I'm going to add a whole kind of scattering across the page, kind of keeping them around those clouds, so kind of keeping them in that visual triangle, but they're also sort of spilling across the page in a diagonal, top left to bottom right, kind of just adds a little bit of movement and draws your eye through the page. From the title, it will go through my journaling and down to the photo you'll see here. That's my page all done. Super simple, a really, really pretty collection, and I just had so much fun just whipping together this very, very quick page. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you do, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. If you want to keep watching, I'm going to leave a couple more videos here. Otherwise, I'll see you again very soon. Bye!